we're coming to you via Facebook and YouTube and a couple of other places too, I think. I'm Annette McCoy, and with me is Marney Perna. Hi, Marney.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
And we're certainly looking forward to this morning here in Australia, because our topic is Magic March, or March Magic. And Marney and I delight in making magic. What about you? I smile, Marney, because this morning I went to get an extra cup because I usually have my love cup. And here it was, believe in magic. And I went,
just put it in front of your face, Annette. That's it. Got it. Yes.
Oh, I see there.
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
Lovely.
So, beautiful. Here's to believing in magic, everybody.
Yes. And just as a reminder to everyone, my cup today says, great things never came from your comfort zone. So sometimes believing in magic gets you out of your comfort zone. So it's okay. You're safe.
What? Now, all of a sudden, have we...
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Not quite sure what happened there. All right, so magic. Everybody, please join us. We would love you to share your magic. You know, how do you improve your days? You know, what do you call magic? What do you see as magic? That's a good place to start, isn't it, Marney?
It is. What does it mean to you, Annette?
That's a good question. I was actually thinking about that last night. What does magic mean? Because I use it quite often as, you know, oh, have a magical day. I'll wish that to people. And I'll think, oh, okay. So, yes, what is magic? Is it, for me, something that comes unexpected treats, unexpected pleasures? Maybe it's simply watching the birds outside enjoying the feed, or a little wash in the, or a bathe in the bird pool. Interesting.
So sometimes for me, I create magic when I'm creating my mists, my emotional healing mists, right? Because I believe that they're not quite potions, but they're a concoction of different things that go into a product. And I allow the magic to filter in by not controlling what I'm putting into them. So my biggest control is why am I making a new remedy? So that's the first question I ask. So what is the need? So what does someone need help with one of my sprays? And the latest one I made, I don't know if I mentioned it last show. I'll show you one of them. And it's a manifest your dreams. And now I created that as a supplement to my vision board workshops, because when we're doing our vision boards, we're asking the magic of the universe to show us pictures and words and different things that will give us a pick-me-up or something to look forward to that we didn't already know. All right. So when I'm doing, especially for new clients or people who have never made one before, it's an experiment in allowing the pictures and words to show up in your life, and then you cut them out and then you can attach to them. But they're often unrealized dreams and goals that you have. So it's taking the intangible and making it tangible by making a vision board for it. And that's filled with magic, because people aren't usually aware of why they've picked a photo or a picture or a word. So, but it becomes then part of your conscious awareness instead of just being in the back of your brain and not being aware of it. It comes to the fore. So when you see something that connects with that word or picture, you go, oh, I know about this, because the angel and guides are putting things in place for you. And that's the magic. Things appear magically. They've always been there, but you hadn't seen them.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So my spray helps you to manifest your dreams. And I use the energy of the rainbow and unicorns for this one, and put them on my sprays along with the whatever magical ingredients came up to go into it. So that's where my magic comes from, universal wisdom and guidance, especially within my clinic, but elsewhere as well. You know, the magic of the feathers appearing.
I like that. Yeah. I like it when I realise that my intuition is working too. Like yesterday, I picked up my grandson and we brought his bag inside because we were going to use things from his bag, and his coat was still in the car. And I left it there thinking I should bring that in. As it turns out, his father chose to pick him up here. I didn't have to take him home. And so yeah, I went, oh, yes, I could have listened to that. I needed to take the coat out. And I that to me, I guess, is magic when, yes, there's those little prods that we get.
Yeah. And Archangel Michael's very good. Sometimes he doesn't do things gently. So sometimes his magical stuff is this in your face, stop, because it's the only way he can get your attention is to really shake you out of your tree kind of thing, right? And that's generally because there's a danger of some description, and he's trying to let you know that be aware or be careful. So you know, the magic of a spider's web. I'm not as fussed on the spiders, but you know, when you see the spider web in the dew, all the little crystals falling off it and stuff like that, I mean, it's just beautiful. And how do they do it? Like the magic of them being able to create it, then the mist comes down and settles on the thing and they look like these beautiful jewels. So, you know, there's magic around. Sometimes you need to get out of your stress head and look at it and maybe go back into your inner child and let your inner child look at the magic that's around.
Yes. You know, now, Chrissy has joined us.
Hi, Chrissy.
And hello to all. How are you all doing? Well, I hope everybody is doing well. You've hit the nail on the head there, Marnie, when you said, you know, get out of our stress head. Magic and creating magic can help us do that.
Absolutely. And today I chose a shell essence to talk about on the show as well. And the one that turned up was green moss agate, which is also a gemstone, right? And the green moss agate allows us, when something seems out of our perceived ability to achieve and even imagine, the green moss agate contains the love that helps us to extend the boundaries of our perceptions and allow the experience of higher dimension energies. That just means we get out of our logical head and into our creative head. So allow that. But it also helps you to sweep away the old stuff. So if you've got a lot of toxic energy connected around you at the moment, green moss agate is kind of like a sweeper. It sweeps away old stuff. So let it, and if you can get rid of some of the old stuff and the old limitations, it allows this new stuff to come in, right? Because you need to create space to allow other things to come in. And your head's no different to anywhere else in your life. So if you've got a lot of clutter in your head, it's not allowing new thought and opportunities to pop in.
I also believe, Marnie, that quite often if I see a lot of clutter around my house, that to me is an indicator of where I am, and then there must be clutter in my mind as well. That sort of indicates where I'm at, so to speak.
My clutter keeps reminding me, will I find the time to do something with it? And not so much find the time, maybe make the time. Okay, there's a few things I've come to a decision about. So most of the listeners would know through our journeys and our many years of chatting that when my mum passed, I cleaned up her house. I had to tidy up her house, and because Dad he didn't want to have anything to do with it. And I've still got boxes, I'm telling you, boxes of Mum's stuff. And it's mainly kitschy kind of things, like her big wall unit that she had all her lovely ornaments on, and many of which we had given her as children, or family members had gifted her, and they had a significance to both her and myself. So when I was cleaning up, I did a slight amount of cluttering. I'd say, do I have an attachment to this? And if I didn't, it just went in the giveaway box, and that was totally okay. But other things I went, I'm not yet ready. And when I was going back to our vision board workshop, I don't know why that's turning up all the time, but it is, I realised I knew what I had to do with mums. A lot of mums mismatched glasses. So they would have been original sets, but they're not anymore. But they're still connected to memories. And my brothers don't want them. They don't know what to do. They just chuck them out if I gave it to them, which is their choice, and they may still get to do that. I just need to find a day where I can put them all out on a table and know where to put them and who to give them to. But I also decided to create candles out of a lot of mum's beautiful little glasses and use my essential oils and some of my gemstones in that. And then I will then use those and sell those. Whoever buys them, they've taken on the journey of the glass. Whatever they do with it is their choice. So it's given me a new direction and something to aim towards, something magical to aim towards. So what can I create out of these glass sets?
Wonderful. Yeah. And I liked what you said. I haven't been ready, because it doesn't mean that we're going to keep something for a lifetime. Some things we will. But others we need to hold on for a certain amount of time, and then we know when we're ready to let them go.
Yeah. And who knows, with, there's a lot of stuff going into reusable things like, not throwing things out. So becoming a reusing kind of person. So what do they call it when you redo something to something old? You don't redesign it so much, but you reinvent what you're doing with it. And who knows, when I've got them all done, one of these glasses, the shape might trigger a memory for someone. Someone say, oh my God, my mother had those, or Gran had those, or something. So it's creating this memory link as well, which again is magical to another person, and that will then prompt them to purchase it or desire it. So that's my plan.
Good.
So maybe I need to make a permanent or a statement of declaration, actually, and say by Mum's birthday, which is the 28th of May, that I have made a inroad into candle making, which is not my forte. I have to learn. But, a lady I was talking to that came to my workshop, she said she made candles in Canberra, and she's happy to come over and show me how to and how to get started. So, that's allowing someone to help you and not trying to do it all yourself, but creating that synergy and that the magic will make.
And look, I love the way things or people appear when we're ready to accept. I live in a village, as a lot of our audience know, and I was over in the office the other day, and the manager said to me, oh, Annette, do you want these sheets? They'd upgraded the sheets in a lot of the service departments. And I said, oh, yes, I'll take them. Thank you. And I felt that I had an avenue. Yes, last night somebody messaged me to say that they were coming and bringing stuff today. And I said, oh, do you know anyone who has a need for sheets? Yes, this other lady had been crying out for sheets because they make holders for the animals, the wildlife people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the bags.
And I just went, there you are. The universe is just amazing how we... Yes, have all these connections.
So manifestation is magical.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we're also attuned or aligned to some of these messages, so that we know to accept. We know that something will show up. We trust. The only thing the only thing we need to, I need to tailor sometimes, is the time lag between knowing something will be okay and actually doing something about it. And, because angels, they don't have a time frame. They're not like us. They don't live in a minutes and hands and seconds. So their time frame, they might know that it's down the future, but it might be 10 years.
Yeah.
Pardon me, we need to say, well, recently or in the short term, would be lovely. So
the other side of that, Marnie, I've noticed is, yes, we can have intentions, but things can take longer because, of course, divine time, as you have just said, is different to ours. And so for me, sometimes it's like, okay, well, am I learning patience here? Because I might want something now, and yet for my betterment, no, it's it's all going to happen later, if that makes sense.
And in my situation here, it's my husband's patience that's been sorely tried. Because he'd like his shed clean.
Now, Julie Kiss has joined us, and like me, she loves your haircut, Marnie.
Oh, thank you, Julie. That's good. I do too. I'll show you the back. The back's even nice, isn't it? Oh, in the right space.
Oh, very nice.
So, yeah, I'm very happy with it. So.
Excellent. I was talking to a friend yesterday over in the States, and she and her husband have had a project for years. In fact, they were on Blog Talk Radio with me talking about now is the time. And here, many years later, there are now steps in progress. And it reminded me of Annea's book.
Yes. Yeah, how long was that in the process?
20 years in the making. However,
how awesome she kept those messages up, you know, and didn't discount them, like would get up and write them for whatever reason. So
yes. So to have the faith to trust that, yes, what is happening. I look at your coffee table book.
I know, it still hasn't been done, but I'm adding to it because now I'm thinking, yes, it was all about Mum and I in the coffee chats, but I'm also now caring for Dad, and Dad's journey is totally different. Like he's not the happy coffee person. Most of the ones I show, like occasionally lately, I'll get a photo of him having a coffee of some description, but it's certainly not a happy face. But it's all about, you know, the growth or the journey of dementia and the journey of getting old and things like that. So it's all part and parcel of the journey of the wisdom of age, really, and the challenges it throws at us. And it comes back to your health. When you have your health, it's easier to be old.
Right.
I went to a recent region meeting for our Seroptimus group a couple of weeks ago, and there's a lady there. She's just about to turn, I think her birthday's next week, 103. Now, she still volunteers. She still is active in the community. She's still active in her Seroptimus journey. She's been one for 63 plus years. So it's an amazing connection of time. But she also doesn't even walk with a walking stick. Doesn't even have one on hand. A few months ago, she had one because she had a bit of a fall and she'd carry it under her arm. But a very sprightly 103. But she has her health. She has her mind. You know, she hasn't lost either, so neither has degenerated at all, whereas sometimes you have your physical body and you don't have your mental body, or the opposite. And I think it's a harder journey when you're being challenged like that, whereas when you've got your good health and well-being, it's so much easier to be old and to be happy about being old. Or older.
Yes.
Is the word.
So
Dad's 94.
Sorry?
Dad's 94 and he's starting to lose a bit of his, he'll say, I just can't find words anymore. I'm losing my capacity. And he knows it, so that's really frustrating.
Yes. I was only saying the other day, I'd really like to live to 120. However, feeling as I do now, I think, you know, these people who are in, 90s, 100s, whatever, how wonderful to see these people who are still together in mind and body.
And able to enjoy the experience of being in that generation.
Exactly. Yes.
Because they're a small club. It's getting bigger, but like more and more people are living to their late 80s and 90s.
Yes.
And again, it's our generation. I don't know that we'll achieve the same balance because we didn't go through the same hardships. So their beginning to life wasn't as full of it was different. You know, they didn't have the choice of the enormous amounts of foods and stuff. So there was a little bit more scarcity. So they were a little bit more sparing in what they ate and what they were provided with initially. Does that make sense? Whereas our generation, there hasn't been a lack in our generation to the same degree. They haven't had to prove their resilience from a very early age. In most cases. I mean, there's plenty of cases that is not the case.
True. I think we've been very fortunate. I agree, in our lifetime. Again, it comes down to thinking, though. I've got friends who say, oh, you hit 70 and it's downhill. Well, if that's what I'm thinking, guess what? That's what's going to happen. Well,
exactly.
If I'm grateful for everything that I have, grateful for my health, and I'm aware of what am I doing to keep myself healthy, that to me is another way of a positive way.
Absolutely. Your head, your brain controls how you experience life. So, and it's not to say that everyone has an easy ride or that nothing bad ever happens to them. People will have experiences in their life which challenge them and make them step back and step up. But it is about your mindset and your energy, your determination and energy to move forward. Because we can't be stuck in the past. If we're stuck in the past, we stagnate. And when we stagnate, we don't grow. So you need to grow. You need to make some form of movement. Look at water. If water's stuck in a pile and there's no movement at all, it goes all mouldy and yuck, and it's not usable. Well, your body energy is the same. So your energy centers need to be moved all the time. You know, run your meridians. Meridians are a wonderful thing to use in day-to-day life. And a meridian is just a channel of energy. Now, it's all based in Chinese philosophy, and they had it all sorted so many decades and hundreds of years ago. You knew all about it. But your brain, so to help your brain, so if you're experiencing brain fog, run central meridian. Now, central meridian is a channel of energy that goes from the pubic bone, so just the top of the pubic bone, in a straight line, straight through mid-center. And it finishes just on the dip under your chin here. So get your hand and cup your hand like that. See, I don't know how to show you. Anyhow, you touch your pubic bone and you lift your hand like this till you get to your chin, and then you flick it away. So if you do that 3 or 4 times and at the same time say, I look forward to a magical day, you're infusing the word magic and the energy into your brain. So your brain's more likely to go, oh, is that what we're looking for? This will be awesome. So it sort of gets all excited about the magic that's about to appear.
Thank you. So now I caught the little finger. What else?
Oh, no, I was just trying to show you where the spot was. So the end of central meridian finishes just below your chin, just in that little hole, that divot under your lip. Yes. All right. It starts at the pubic bone. So what I get people to do is touch the pubic bone with the flat of their hand and then cup their hand, so like you're cupping the energy, and you bring it up through midline to your chin and then flick. Right, so it's getting the flow of central meridian. Central meridian's main job is to help look after the brain. So it's one of the tools that the brain uses to stay focused.
Okay.
It's also one of the parent meridians. I call it's a Marneyism. I say central and governing are the 2 parents, and the rest of the meridians are the family. Now, families squabble all the time, so you need to work out which one's upsetting the other one. So what brother or sister is stirring up the others. But central is the one that looks after your brain. Governing looks after your spine. So if you've got your spine and your brain talking to each other, life is a lot easier. Does that make sense? So if your spine's impacted and the messages are not going up your spine to your brain to create movement, you're a little bit more challenged. So you need to be able to have your brain and your spine talking to each other.
Well, that little exercise got people going. Julie Kiss is saying, way cool. We'll try that. And Elaine has joined us. Hi, Elaine Ann. And she's saying, how fascinating.
Yeah. The meridians, just Google meridians, Chinese philosophy meridians, MERIDIANS. And it's the meridian system of Chinese philosophy, where it says there's channels of energy on the outside of your body that are just as important and work really well, the same as the veins inside your body. You just can't see them. But they're and they flow. They have certain flows to them. Some flow up, some flow down. And when that flow is affected, they're not working, so they're not doing their job to help the organ that they're connected with. So how magical is that? how magical is it that someone
yes,
eons ago worked all this out, and now we get to use the benefits of their wisdom and knowledge to great effect.
Fabulous. And you've shared with us today. Yes. Magical
and simple, like no drugs, no, doesn't cost anything. You do it yourself. You know, it's not difficult. Yes. People go, oh, I'm not cupping my hand right. It'll be fine. However you're doing it, the intention is there. The intention, it's the midline. So you're going straight from the pubic, going straight through the middle, through the belly button, up under the neck and onto the bottom of the chin there. That's your line, your meridian line.
Right.
And again, if you understand that helps the brain to focus, that helps the brain to concentrate, to be resilient, to find solutions. Simple. And any affirmation can be used. I'm just using have a magical day because that's the topic today.
So if I'm wanting a particular thing, may I be calm, may I be grateful, whatever it might be, yes, to say that as I'm raising my hand.
And it has I often used to say to clients when I was explaining it to them, it's a bit like when you've got a stream and you want to create your own stream, you'd get a stick and you'd draw a stick in the sand from the water's edge. And the first time the water didn't usually flow. So it took you several goes to create a new channel of energy. Well, that's what you're doing with central meridian. You're creating a new channel of energy, or you're clearing the channel because there could be a blockage of some sort in that flow. So the energy is having to go around a blockage. So it takes more time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Play with your meridians.
Well, and that's another word, fun. You know, how can we, magic and fun, really, they go together, I think.
Yeah. Hand in hand.
Yes. Yeah. So to be able to have fun. Marnie, let's quickly talk about your website and how people can connect with you if they're fascinated.
I have a magical website.
Your essences.
Yep. So my website is magical. It's got lots of stuff on it. It's my life and my back clinic here. So it's www.kinique, KINIQUE.com. And I have usually have most of my mists and stuff. But if there's something you need to talk to me about, I do a free discovery session on a weekday. You can book it through my through the website as well. It's just a 15-minute chat with people. So you just book it on my booking thing and we connect. You can find me through LinkedIn, through Facebook. They're the main ones. So Facebook especially. I've got an itchy nose. The angels are tickling my nose.
Well, you very kindly agreed to a shorter show this morning.
I did.
And I hope that our audience is okay with this. My eldest granddaughter is in district sports. And so I really like
family first.
Yes. And look, that's magic, isn't it? That those of us blessed with grandchildren, it's such a joy to be part of their lives. So
absolutely. Our little boy turned 1 the other day. So we had a magical chocolate cake with all these animals on the top of it. So it was lovely. Gorgeous. And he was amazed. Like we're all sitting at the table singing to him and he's going, he really didn't know what was going on at all, but he did enjoy the cake. So
yes. So we are blessed, and that's another magical part of life too. Realize our blessings and to know that life is magical.
Absolutely. Let me challenge everyone today. So I want you to record or take notice of how many times the word magic or magical appears in your life over the next 3 days. In books, it might be the name, like Possum Magic. It might be the name in a book. You might be reading something, there's magic in it. Someone will talk about magic. It'll be interesting to see how, now that we've raised the subject, how often it will show up in your life. And they can just come back to Facebook and put it on Angel Heart Radio how often the magic appear.
Oh, what a great idea. All right.
It's a job. So if this is your project, if you choose to accept,
yes,
find the magic in your life.
And remember, everybody, these are suggestions. These shows should never replace your legal, medical, nor professional advice, nor your own sound judgment. It's Marnie and I having lots of fun and bringing up ideas. Thank you, Marnie. Thank you.
My pleasure.
To our audience, and yes, may there be magic in the rest of your day.
And may you notice it.
Enjoy, everyone.
Bye.
For now.